Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, my special guests are Sanga and Grace, and they come to us from Tennessee. And y'all came up here, it was yesterday, and you all are twins.
Identical twins.
Identical twins.
Believe it or not.
And your birthday was yesterday?
Today.
Today's your birthday. So what did you all decide to come to Green Pastures Farm for?
Greg! We're not good at this. So we're very interested in sheep, and we've done our research, and you are one of the, top
leading experts in how to manage sheep very easily.
Yep.
You guys have great genetics. You're known for not having to parasite your, deworm your flock. Just great management, soil, animals all around. So
Yep.
we're all about self-sufficiency, so we're growing our own little homestead as well.
But your all's background is intriguing to me. So you both are from New York City.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. And you both went to college and became in the medical profession. And then what changed your mind to kind of get out of New York City and you moved down to Tennessee?
Yes.
What prompted that?
We've always wanted to get out of the city. But COVID really was the push, the factor to get us out.
a lot of different things, but I think if you had to summate it in one word, it's freedom. So that's the main reason we left New York. We wanted freedom over our lives, our health, our decisions, and we felt like in New York that was very limiting, particularly with the COVID issue. That was the last final straw.
Yep.
So that's why we moved to Tennessee, and we just absolutely love it there.
We took off running. We have a beautiful homestead. We've learned to raise meat chickens, laying chickens. We have jumbo Coturnix quails, and we process them ourselves on the farm for our consumption and our family that visits. There's nothing more rewarding about it than raising your own food.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're actually responsible for your food.
Yes.
You know where it came from.
Yep.
You took care of it.
And what it ate, what it drank.
Yep.
We filter our waters.
Yeah.
We're very serious about it. But our next venture is sheep from Mr. Greg Judy. So we're very excited.
So that's what brought you here. And you drove up here from Tennessee. And when you arrived, we had a little snow blizzard yesterday. And
We were worried the tour wasn't going to happen, or, we're just going to stay inside.
Well, I thought yesterday afternoon went really well. We made a magical walk down through the pasture, and the guard dogs greeted us.
Mm-hmm.
The sheep greeted us, and then the snow started coming down, the cedars. And
Big, fat snowflakes. It was wonderful.
yeah.
It was absolutely beautiful, and something we'll always cherish. The memory.
Yeah.
It's just a winter wonderland. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, one of the things I think that's intriguing about you two is the fact that you came from a large city, you were raised in a large city, and you're talking about they now charge you to go to work in New York City. There's the entrance tax?
Yes.
So you have to pay to go to work each day.
So I read this on the news recently, where in New York, I guess during the busy hours, they're now taxing that time period. So people who want to enter a certain area of New York City, they're basically taxed. I believe it's $15 to enter during a certain period of time. So people who work there, like EMS worker or, first responders, or just, city workers who can't afford to live in the city to begin with, so they're commuting into the city to work, are now taxed. And I think that's just awful. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you all got to see the real, I guess, when they started locking people down in New York, well, all over the whole country, but you were right in the thick of it. But you all were considered essential services because you're in the medical profession.
Right. So they pick and choose who's essential.
Right.
So because we were in the medical field, we weren't, I guess, locked down as restricted as other people, but it was just something I would never want to experience.
Yeah.
ever
Well,
again.
you all made a great decision, I think. You've went someplace where you have a lot more freedom. You have a chance to raise healthy food for yourselves. And I say kudos to both of you.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
We've had a pretty good morning. I actually took the ladies with me this morning. We moved the mob, and so y'all got some fence building experience this morning. And you didn't fall off the four-wheeler. And we made it back home, so that was all a plus.
That was awesome, Greg.
Yeah, but I just wish the best to both of you young ladies in your future and your grazing endeavors. And I think it's cool you're getting into ruminants now. You started with, the meat birds and the quail and such, and you got eggs, and you've got enough land. We've already talked about, starting small with sheep and building your flock. And you've already went to butchery classes. You know how to do your own, because you're doing all that now. You got your own vacuum sealer, and you're talking about how you're freeze drying food. You just gave me a taste of your freeze-dried mangoes. That was pretty cool. Very tasty. So you're very, you schooled yourself well on food preservation, food preparation, and to me, if you can feed yourself healthy food, I don't care how bad things get, that's a big plus, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you both. Thank
You're
you
very
both.
welcome. And I just want to say, we did this in a year. All this is self-taught within a year. If we can do it, anybody can do it.
So that's your message to
That's
people
my
out.
message. If anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if there's people on the fence and they're a little bit scared about making that first plunge and actually doing something, what would be your recommendation? I mean, you all did it. You just kind of went for it.
Trust in yourself. Trust in God. Just do it.
It's an investment in yourself. You've got one life, one body, so we want to live as healthy as possible, with the freedom to live our lives as God intended, particularly with the consumption of the food, which is the number one, I think. Nutrition is so important to your health, so kind of taking ownership of what you put into your body, be it medications, pharmaceuticals, but food.
Yep.
I think all of that,
Anybody can do it.
Right. Well, especially, you get to see it every day. You work in an emergency room, you're a doctor. And so you get to see people's health. And, one of the things we were talking about earlier, some of the things that they're teaching in medical school today is really not about eating better. It's just how to doctor people,
I think we have like a couple of hours out of the whole 4 years of medical school training on nutrition. So there's a significant lack in terms of education, in terms of nutrition and how that plays into someone's health, which is an enormous aspect.
Oh, yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like to think of our bodies as a machine. If you pour bad fuel into it, you're going to get bad results, so we've got to feed our bodies well. And you were talking about exercise earlier. Somebody, you were talking about sitting around. The population today is just not getting the exercise. And you've all asked me twice, when am I going to retire? And I'm like, I hope I never do, because you need to stay active. Your mind needs to stay active, and your body. So that's a big one. Well, thank you both. Thank you both for
Thank
coming.
you, Greg and Jen.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
So much for your hospitality. We had a fantastic trip.
This
well.
was so unexpected. He's awesome, you guys.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies, and travel safe. And I'm going to see you this summer in Tennessee at what was the guy's name?
Rory Feek
Rory Feek
Homestead Festival,
Homestead Festival. Where's that at in Tennessee?
Columbia.
Columbia, Tennessee. Folks, I'm going to be there, and that's going to be in, I believe, was it September?
Sometime in I don't
Or maybe it's
know,
August.
in the summer.
Yeah. You all went last year. You said it's a really great festival.
I learned a lot, met a lot of great people. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so y'all check that out on the website.
It's gonna be even better because Greg's coming.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. All right, folks, y'all have a good one. And on the way out, folks, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.